Everybody, welcome back. We are in our caster positions now, getting ready for the start of our third season today. It's Complexity taking on Team Leviathan. I'm Dakota. I'm actually your observer for this game. Jack is out for just a moment. He'll be back shortly. I got Lacoste by my side. He's going to be Jack's co-caster. And, of course, that leaves none other than the wonderful Lord Grant Harris of Walmart, our king.
Drink it in.
We actually just got our butts checked by the production. Everything is fine, nothing too loose.
Yep, good for another 2 years.
Yep, feels good. Feels good. And look at this. We got some picks and already.
Oh,
Visage.
Yeah. Look at Visage comes out early for coL here, which is intriguing because I don't know a lot of Z-Freak Visage. I've never seen Kyle/Swindle play a lot of Visage, so
maybe.
Is it just straight up mid lane Visage just like that, 1-2 punch?
I think I've seen Z-Freak play it. It's not, but you have an Earthshaker already, so
yeah,
it's interesting.
Very interesting.
Mixing it up.
Didn't Moo play one off lane Earthshaker game? Maybe.
Yeah, he has.
He did. Okay, so I mean, I guess, yeah, there's potential for suddenly Z-Freak to show up and be able to play a Visage. It's just in recent history and recent memory, I don't remember him playing it a lot, but we'll see. Very disgusting kind of duo already coming out for Leviathan too,
That's
though.
true. Also,
that's a lot of.
Sorry.
You go, King.
Can one of the peasants
Peasants
outside come and take this goblet and fill it up with half pink monster and half red monster, please?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is empty. This is unacceptable. Do people see it? All right.
Half pink, half
Thank
red,
you. Half
please.
pink, half red. And put a little bit of the FYM hot sauce in it.
All right.
A drop or two. Don't overdo it. I hate peons. They're useless. Name one good thing.
He didn't even
they've
say
Your Highness.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Majesty, Highness.
No, he really didn't.
Absolutely.
And look at this. I even freaking gelled the hair down finally. You know, these people need to show some
The red,
respect around here.
the hair, the red shirt. I mean,
What's wrong with these
you
people?
can't even lose today.
I really can't. So, AA Necro, pretty standard now.
I
don't know how I
two
feel
disgustingly
about it.
good heroes together. You just pick one and deny the pick from them. AA pretty much counters Necro. There are a few counters to him, but it's a lot of damage over time with these two.
Could see
Aura
Kyle
plus Blast.
Kyle Oracle this game.
The Chlorical.
The Chlorical.
We haven't seen any Batrider today. I just noticed, huh? It's been either banned or people have been picking counter silencers and stuff to it. Interesting.
Won't see it
Again,
on coL's side, yeah. Or yeah, it's also been banned out, but Nyx Assassin will be able to step in now.
Good game it had
like,
with Flea.
But do you know if this is going to be Newsham's pick or if there's a possibility of Jenkins running this into the off lane? Oh my goodness, the Royal King's
bubbling.
goblet is there.
Shall I taste it?
Please do.
Most delectable.
Most delectable.
It's got a little bit of a sting to it on the end there. Tastes great.
Nice.
Indubitably, I will finish it. It's bubbly though.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. Well, back at the draft, which was relevant here.
Oh, it's hitting me now. That FYM really bubbles up a little bit there. No, but for
speaking
real.
of bubbling up, we got Brewmaster coming out.
Oh, you know what?
This one's
to you, Brewmaster, to all your drinking delicacies.
You fucking alcoholic.
So, what can they do with these three? It can be a mid Visage, it can be Panda mid, it can be Earthshaker off lane, Earthshaker mid. Pretty much everything is open so far for them, so they can just switch around a little bit if it's needed.
What a flexible draft that Complexity are showing us.
They are. I'm maybe it is a Kyle 5 Visage. Have we seen a 5 Visage in a while?
Nope.
It could be. I know Kyle used to be very good back in, obviously, Z-Freak. I mean, when they played together in Han, he would always play the junglers, you know, the Chens and all that.
Parasite.
But I know he could, I mean, we know he can micro, right? He plays Beastmaster and whatnot, so, I mean, obviously, Kyle can do that. I would kind of like seeing a 5 Visage again. All you really need on that hero is like a Solar Crest and you're good as a support. It could be middle still, though. I do like what they do with the colors. Kyle sitting in that gray slot, you know, maybe Limp just likes the pink color, so he sits up top, you know, and then still takes the captain's role.
Yeah, because I do remember Swindle playing a lot of pink color, too, so I think Limp is just a pink color kind of guy. Yeah, pink or blue. He just likes being in that spot, I guess.
We saw Kyle yesterday. He was wearing pink underwear as well.
Yeah. He came out of the team room Oh, what the hell is going on right now? And
Oh,
then
pink-
Little pink bra and
What are you,
panties.
what is happening over at that house?
We're just having a good time, Dakota. You're really missing out.
Oh, Team Leviathan with the Tidehunter.
How
Oh,
appropriate.
That was an instant pick. Why did they instant pick it, Lacoste? Like, the Clinks was
Boner?
literally instant. Just
I
for
guess
the
they need
Necro?
Diffusal Blade for Necro to remove the Ghost Shroud. Good for backing, going up through the back, killing AA before the fight starts maybe. Can harass Tidehunter in the lane. He's probably gonna lane against him.
Yeah. I love that cockiness of, you know, you see Tide and then instantly it changes over because they've already picked their hero and you're like, you know,
Well,
Kyle's great.
they also
right
are
now.
short on reserve time. Kyle's also like, I'm just going to make him use the reserve time right now.
That's smart.
He'll probably do the same thing with the final pick.
I can actually see him smiling right now. He's like, got him.
He's going to do the same with the final pick. He'll pick it right away.
I love it.
Just to force him to be stuck with a very short timer. He's like, BSJ.
Tinker band out.
Are you? Because I don't hear you. Jack, did you turn your mic on? Jack's back, by the way, everybody. We're going to be...
Mike,
hello?
here we go.
Hi, our
All
play-by-play
right.
caster, Jack,
All right,
is
well,
here.
I'll be gone for the next
All
30.
right, Jack, we're going to take a 5-minute break here. Do you want to digest the whole draft and tell us who's winning and who's losing?
Leviathan with the Leviathan. Complexity has survived. They survived a hurricane. They survived an iceberg, but all kinds of Leviathan storms and chaos still awaits them in this King's
That was
Cup,
clever.
so-
Did you think of that while you were
Yeah,
out?
I was thinking of that the whole
When
time.
you were on your porcelain cruise.
It took me a while, yeah, but I finally strung it together, and that's all I wanted to say. Back to breaking down the draft, guys.
Yep. I mean, that was better than what I could do, really, so good shit, Jack. Final bans coming out here. I thought they were going to be quick with the bans and picks up at this point, but coL are holding on to what they want to do with that final ban. Tinker is going to be taken off the table here, so...
Jack, as your king, are you able to stand up and come over to me really quick? I believe you can. The picks are still going here. Maybe you can walk around over here really quick.
Yeah, sure. What is about to happen here?
I would like you to taste my new drink that I've been served. It is a monster with another monster,
Okay.
and I would like you to test it for me.
What are the two monsters
It
involved
is the
in
pink
this?
and the red.
Try the pink and
This
red
looks
monster.
horrifying.
Just take a little sip. It's not bad, huh? Oh, there's a little FYM extra hot sauce in it, too.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
It actually doesn't taste bad at
Dude,
all.
I
would
it kind
totally
of
slam
burns
that.
a little, but all right.
It tastes
You'll
like
totally slam it?
It tastes like peach Mountain Dew.
You'll totally slam it.
Well, I didn't say. I mean, what? It's
You
like
did say it.
It's like a Monster Bloody Mary. It's like a Monster Mary, right?
Yeah, he's got to be our play-by-play.
Yeah, all right, get on here, Jay.
I don't think you want to scorch his throat before he's going to be
Monster
doing
Mary.
Monster Mary.
Dude, it does. It
Monster's listening right now.
Jack, you feel the kind of sting on your lips, right? It kind of feels good.
That thing is
It's like kissing
good.
the devil.
Yeah.
I would totally drink that. I'm not even joking. It's actually pretty good.
All right. You're welcome, everyone out there. We've created
I mean,
the
how do you
new
think
drink.
people? How do you think people came up with those weird foods and drinks? Right? Just some dude just like told his
Mix
friend
them.
to come over and like,
Mushrooms.
hey, how does this taste?
Mushrooms.
Weed, lots of it, probably.
Probably.
That's how it starts, Grant.
No, it is, you know, and that's good. Innovation is the key to our future's generation.
Can someone put that on a shirt? I'd
Yeah, I
wear it
got
right
it.
fucking now.
All right, I'm drawing with crayon.
You would
Put
still
it on
not
your
win
blank.
against his T-shirt.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, there's room on your fucking shirt over there.
Yeah, it's tough.
Final
Oh, there it
pickup
is.
is the Complexity
Ooh, there is
Beastmaster.
the-
Instant pick right there.
And an instant Chaos Knight. Well, who is
Huh.
going where?
I like this.
Who's mid? I guess
I'm-
Brew's mid.
I'm already very concerned for Leviathan's lineup. I feel like their damage is like. I feel like they
It is
have problems
childish.
getting damage dealt in fights. Like everything is just entirely ulti based, and a lot of it's like setup type ulti and not damage.
Because AA's ult on the Tide Hunters, that's actually a lot tougher than you think, because everyone doesn't have to be together. It's going to be interesting, and it is going to be the 5 Visage, so looks like my Kyle knowledge stands strong. At
I'm
least.
excited to see some Kyle Visage
Me too.
here. And by the way, shout out to
Mid-brew.
Look at Moo's hero Beastmaster. That's something straight out of Diablo, I think.
Dude, he is.
That's like World of Warcraft
Jesus.
right there.
Yeah,
What
true. He
is-
does look like the barbarian.
What the
I mean,
hell, man?
That's a
That's
double
not even-
axe whirlwind barb
That's
right
not
there.
even.
If I've ever seen
That's
one.
some Path of Exile shit for sure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't insult Path of Exile with the Diablo comparison.
Yeah, Diablo is far better than Path of Exile, because it's a lot more simple for us simple-minded folk, you know,
yeah,
Jack?
that is true.
I like a kill monster.
I like to kill the monster with the blood that
Okay,
I actually...
I can't
We're
argue
done
with
with
that.
Path of Exile. It's too much for me, though, for us dumb folks. So, yeah. So you're saying you like coL's draft already, Jack. But you're the play-by-play, so
Your
I'll let
opinion
you
It
does
doesn't
not
really matter
matter.
what I think. I'm just here to tell you what's going on, possibly in Chinese.
Give us the narrative.
Oh, can you cast one team? The king
All
demands you cast one team fight in Chinese.
I'll try. It's been a while.
Nope,
since
I demand it.
Remember how to? Okay, so teams both leaving the base here. We have Kyle TPing top, gonna look for some wards.
So far, so good, Jack.
So far, very good.
I've got to speed things up here. Sammy Boy with a "Sponsor Me Please" tag over his head.
Hey,
That's cool.
beat coL 2-0. You never know what can happen.
Got that early observer ward out on this cliff to see that early rotation, both to the ward spots and potentially to the rune. And neither team has started out this game smoked, so that's
They will now.
something we've seen less of, actually, right? Everybody pretty much starts out smoked, and yeah, it looks like they're going to gather by this tower or Leviathan.
Who's got that purple stuff?
And here they go, just quietly sneaking by the tower.
Could be like a golf cast.
They're going to look for a straggler up here in the woods.
Who are they going?
They only have one sentry ward, though, so they have to get him quick. And the smoke breaks, and it's going to be Clinks on the other side of the trees. That's not close enough. Kyle, however, he's skittering away with his 285. I guess it's flying. But that's not very fast, and he's going to get caught by the edge of Nushai's stun.
Oh!
And down goes
The
Kyle for that
damage.
first
That's
blood.
plus 50 damage each coming in from 3 bodies.
Those are some chilly fingers. They just had their hands in the snow after they were done peeing in it.
And BSJ hopes that that death is full of regret for the man who would not pick him up to fill his roster spot.
I appreciate that, Jack.
I'm glad. All for you, Your Highness.
Thank you.
I wonder how good Panda does on that mid lane, because of the aura from the Necro will harass him so much.
Yeah. Look at already.
Look at already, 10 HP.
And that's got to be annoying, right? He's probably going to get that Drunken Haze spam with the very short cooldown, 70% miss chance. Just going to disrupt all the last hits and slow down his progress. We've seen this quite a bit, actually, in NA, this Brewmaster being used to bully a lane.
25 mana, he can cast it pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I was joking around playing some 4-position Panda and just
I was
annoying
not, I was
cores.
serious.
They're going to go on Chessie up here and put some damage on him. He is just level 1, so he doesn't yet have that skeleton walk. You'll see Clinks is often commit early to that searing arrows to help them with less hitting, so he's got to be careful. There is a sentry ward that I'm sure he's seen on Master Kenshiro, so if he's out of position, he will go down.
Yeah, and you had to imagine this is coming, right? Whenever an AA is picked, it's almost always an aggro tri-lane, which is surprising. Well, oh, 1 second.
No mana for
Comes
stun
in
for
with
the next
rotation.
10 seconds.
And A is also a bit on the slower side. 295 without any sort of movement speed, so when he made his choice to go left there with the fissure, he couldn't combo into BSJ's stun.
Yeah, both heroes on the bottom lane have Orb of Venom just for some extra harassment. As levels goes by, Jenkins will probably get the lead on that lane. It's really hard to play any melee hero against Tidehunter so far. Moo doing a really good job sitting on the same CS as Tide.
Seafree blocks the courier, and the courier is not going to run down the hill in a way.
That's
Wow.
actually so
Down
sick.
goes
Miss,
the
miss,
courier.
no miss.
Sammy Boy is going to be able to get a kill and revenge. But
Is that worth it? Because it's not first blood, it's worth it, right? Yeah. That's super worth it.
That was
a
only
nice
a
play.
30% chance to land that right click. He got it.
speaking of first blood, the one who gave it, Kyle, is in some trouble again. Top
Same
3 heroes
spot.
bearing down on him. The stun is going to be off the mark, but CK on that horse of his, moving at 370 with boots, is going to be able to just run him down.
This is Leviathan's playstyle. Even when some of these players played on Team Red, right? They just want to run at you. That's what they're best at. They want to run at you, create havoc early game, and just try to stop you from doing anything. But coL, I know they're one of the calmer teams. They say, look back. It's only 3 kills. It's fine. Early game kills.
It's like that Korean Dota style.
Yeah, and here we go. Body blocks by the freak. Ooh.
So this is a situation where the Tide pick seems to make pretty good sense for the lanes, right? There's not really much ability to harass him. I don't think he fears any of the Beastmaster or damage too much. And despite the Drunken Haze mid, Necro is atop the CS charts right now, so still having himself a pretty good time.
It's a tie now, Jack.
Yeah, I was trying to think because they picked Tide and they picked Beastmaster into Tide. They had to know that Leviathan would want them to go 1v1. I'm really surprised now they picked Beastmaster into Tide.
That's true, Jack. I mean, Grant Brewmaster on the mid, level 4, has a lot of regen. The thing is, Necro does not care about harassment, he only cares about that miss. So he can go for Null Talisman, just get that extra damage.
Is he trapped? No. Now he is.
Oh, he does not have a Ghost Shroud.
Yeah, but I don't think he felt that he really needs it against the Brewmaster. The Brewmaster is not going to be able to deal too much damage because I'm stepping outside of my rolls. I'm just going to show up right now, but yeah. And that's one of the things about the roaming Earthshaker. If he isn't able to get too many kills early on and get very underleveled, it'll delay his progression of items and experience.
For shizzle.
For further analysis, let's go to Lacoste.
The analysis is Bone Flasher needs to get...
Arcane Rune's going to get denied there off the fissure. Z-Freak has constantly been up in their faces so far this game. He's just everywhere. He's top fissuring, mid, bottom rune. Z-Freak making his presence felt here.
coL needs to still score a kill. What do they have? 30 seconds for the shrine. Limp can go there, just shrine up, get to level 6. They can even get a kill on the Necro right there. If he uses a Ghost Shroud, he just cyclones him. I think he can even dispel it. Not sure, we'll have to see about it. Did not see that one yet.
Yeah, Chessie's struggling a little bit, obviously. He knows, you know, just chilling fingers plus a stun from CK could just be such an easy kill on him if no one else in his lane. And Z-Freak's been roaming around, so he knows he doesn't have that much defense on his side. Does get the counter sentry, though.
Gotta watch out for those chili fingers.
Yeah. What if they make those, like chili cheese fries, but chicken fingers?
Chili fingers.
I trademarked it while we were just talking, so we're good.
That's something they'll
Teams
probably
have
serve at
settled into a
Applebee's.
bit of kind of peaceful farming at this point. Complexity's bottom shrine was just drank up right now. We're gonna see some moves coming out for sure.
There we go, Z-Freak dead. Top gets melted down.
Yeah, that combo. CK into...
You have a second
cold
chance
feet.
mid lane, Jack.
TP in from Newsham as well. The ult is coming out from Semibug, but it's mostly to save his own life. He doesn't have Ghost Shroud here. Still has a Fairy Fire as well as the Death Pulse, but it's not going to be enough. So I already mentioned the lack of Ghost Shroud might have been costly there.
Well, he can just deny it with Cyclone, put him back down, use another stun. Should be good.
Good grab. So coL, one that I didn't even know had been playing a lot of Visages already, moving around, making some waves, hitting some soul assumptions.
Yep, bottom lane, I mean, Moo, he's not doing terrible. 33-2 versus 39-2 in a Brew versus Tide lane, or, sorry.
I love the build on him. He went for Ring of Region first item.
I think he did that yesterday, right, for the whatchamacallit, the HOD?
Looks like he's going, yeah.
He can go for Hood easily.
No, HOD.
HOD.
Dominator.
Home the Dominator, and the combo continues to just harvest heroes top here with the Ancient Apparition and CK. It's a pretty tough combo to stand up against. And a few times Newsham has TP'd back here to support his teammates, and if Complexity tries to get numbers to that, and they haven't really attempted to do so. And at this point, you know, we talked about the Earthshaker. He's just level 2, so even if he is up there, he's really nothing more than a fissure at this point. So he's not going to be able to significantly turn the tide or allow him to get return kills. As we see some pressure being applied mid here as well.
This is the exact same kind of game coL actually played. They were down kills in that game when Z-Freak played Earthshaker. He was level 4 at 14 minutes in. He doesn't feel the need to get levels early game so everyone else gets levels around him, but he just tries to help around the map. And it is 5-1, but they're still down by less than 1k, so Z-Freak's fine with this. He's just creating enough chaos to, you know, stop him.
Ghost Shroud is going to be used here to try to slow down Z-Freak.
Nice
He's not
block.
going to be able to chase him. But there is a ward on that hill that spotted out the rotation. They were trying to set up a 3-man rotation onto the Necrophos mid. And a nice ward there.
Seems like it's easier to block with a Fissure when you have a good cosmetic item. Especially this
Pay to
one.
win, you say?
14 seconds to brew ulti. He will have enough mana for the Fissure. They'll just wait for that, get the rune maybe. Oh, this is the best rune he can get.
Arcane, it's that Panda ulti will feel good. BSJ gets another kill top. So we were talking about runes, Dakota. It's on
Yeah,
us.
I actually was heading that direction initially, and then just kind of fell back for one moment.
And
My bad.
Chessie gets another kill right there.
Yeah, I'm crumbling.
Once
all
you
over the
miss
place.
one, you miss
Yeah,
it.
it's over.
The Nyx Assassin. Nice block there from Z-Freak. And Newsham eats a tree and
no mana. And he's level 2.
away. And yeah, because Z-Freak is just level 2 right now, 8.5 minutes in, he doesn't even have a point in Aftershock, so there's nothing he can do really after that fissure. coL putting some harass onto Necrophos mid, but
Jenkins bottom. That tornado, the Wildekin.
Bottom. There's the Ravage coming out from Jenkins. Is it going to be... No, Moo gives him the roar.
That's the Helm of the Dominator.
Right-click him down, so...
That did so much damage from the Wildekin tornado. The Wild Wing, pardon me. That was actually... Oh, Moo, you're the man. Oh, he's pulling the Brax, too. He just has like 500 O's after his name now. Not as many, but...
So much disrespect right there with the O's.
Oh. My bad there, play-by-play, Jag. Keep going.
No, you were saying?
He's the true Beastmaster with the Helm of the Dominator.
Yep, he went this
Probably
yesterday
get
as well.
That bottom tower
Yeah, gives
pretty
good
soon. Yeah.
regen.
And Jenkins got armor as well, so on his way towards that mech, did have to... Well, I don't want to say have to, but he did commit the Ravage there, probably hoping that it would kill the boars. It would hold him in place, but the boars stayed alive and the roar came out, and down went Jenkins. So.
Yeah. A bad first Ravage, honestly, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, Sammy Boy continues to pressure coL a little bit past his tower, but there is a wraparound coming here. Invis Chessie, he does have a Death-Pacted creep, but they're
Sentry
not
spotted
going to be
him.
able to set up here, and he has to be careful. There's a stun coming out from Newsham, but it's not going to be enough to put Chessie into ult range, and ult's on cooldown anyway from the Necrophos, so no danger there. Bottom tower siege continues here in earnest, one choppity chop at a time with the Boar's Quills, bringing that tower low, almost within deny range. Jenkins has to be careful here, as there also is a Wildkin tornado. And apologize for the microphone tornado as well.
It's alright, Jack. It's all good. The king forgives you, everyone else has to as well.
Down goes that bottom tower. Moo does have
Remember
roar
when
here, so
Helm of the Dominator gave, what, 10 attributes?
Oh my god, I'm crumbling, folks! Yeah, that was... Oh, you're good. That's just, BSJ's owning right now. He's top net worth, right?
I got this one,
no.
though.
Jenkins taking no damage, but...
Jenkins once again being pursued here by the Beastmaster with the rotation of Nyx Assassin. They'll have to reconsider here. Moo is holding on to his roar, so with a third hero coming in, and it is going to be... look, I almost said Charlie. Chessie rotating around back. He's going to grab a creep with Death Pact first, then head into this fight. They're looking to go on to Moo, but they don't really have the damage. Out comes the roar, and Leviathan's going to go down first. Will Newsham be able to get away? Z-Freak has nothing left in the arsenal, but Tide dies again. But I think you're okay with this if you're Leviathan, right? I mean, he didn't have Ravage anyway.
Yeah. Well, you see this. BSJ CK pretty farm now. Treads Armlet.
5-0 on BSJ.
He's owning. This the classic Dota 1 CKA lanes paying off for him.
Yeah, and he has been unkind to anyone who has dared to TP top to defend the tower. I mean, a lot of times his ally isn't even in the picture. Just gets brought down there by BSJ.
Damn, Kyle.
I wonder if he goes for the blink. That'd be cool.
Kyle is level 6, though, on the 5 Visage, which is big. Those birds, just 2 extra stuns, right? With Z-Freak being such a low level. And here we go.
Ooh, moves for Shammy Boy.
There goes Shroud. He's going to get hit, but I think he's going to go down here. Yeah, he's got the phase boot, so maybe a little bit more stats if he went treads, but phase is a pretty common build up here as kind of a beast here.
Jenkins has got Ravage. He's walking in slowly.
This boar is just owning him from behind.
Yeah, he can't even close enough.
This Ravage, even if it gets out, there's no follow-up here, and Newsham has to be careful. He is going to get brought down here. CK going in, BSJ putting his streak on the line, running into this fight, being able to take down coL, but Muha comes in with no mana.
No mana.
There's
got the mana boost.
So that's going to give him enough. Roar goes onto BSJ. Out comes the Ravage. Who is going to prevail in this fight? Moo does go down. Just a lot of chaos. Everyone's just kind of brawling in this little space right now. In comes the Necrophos, and it looks like Limp will die as well. So the first big 5-on-5 mix-up of the game.
Oh,
goes
2 birds
Leviathan.
killed as well.
It's huge.
2 birds with 1 death pulse.
Complexity should have just backed off. Panda ulti was on cooldown. Earthshaker is level 4. Beastmaster had no mana whatsoever. Really not the fight they want to look into. They should just continue to push on the bottom lane with the Beastmaster probably.
Looks
Backing
like
off, that's what Jenkins is trying to do, but that last Searing Arrow is not going to be enough to bring him down. They're not going to be able to get this tower. It is in deny range, and now Complexity wants some lives in response too. Not going to be able to get it. I'm sorry, it is just out of deny range. 18 HP shy.
Pretty unfortunate for Complexity there. Coming up a bit short in the fight, and then they keep everyone at attendance in this mid lane, hoping to get some scraps, but they don't.
28.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
The mid lane?
In
Oh, I
mid
see.
lane, yeah. 28.
What?
What are you saying? They
You're
could
right,
deny.
Grant?
No, we're all. What are you saying?
Master Kencher has got to be
You just
careful
said
down there.
the
They see
tower
these
is-
little orbs
Never
coming
mind.
from the trees. In comes the Clinks, and there's that kind of presence and mobility from the Clinks, able to take out most of these isolated supports by himself. And mid is going to get denied here by Limpa, a team effort, teaming up there with Z-Freak. Z-Freak is going to need some time to catch up here, as he is still just level 5, 14 minutes into the game, and still very well short of his Blink Dagger. Almost feels like he shifted to the 5 position this game.
Yeah, that's kind of how they played it in the last game too. But he'll probably get solo experience middle at least till 6. And because he went the 2-1-2 build, you know, the aftershock's actually useful with his ulti.
Moo though is getting huge, man. This guy is getting level 10.5. That's better than their mid laner, right? Oh, very
About
close.
the same.
Dang.
Uh-oh. Sammy.
Gonna go on the Necrophos here.
Throw him.
And,
Yep, perch.
Yeah,
Just
he
gotta
can
be careful
remove it.
because there is an ult, but it's not going to be enough to bring down Chessie. With that bonus HP from the Death Pack, down goes the Necrophos.
So Panda is actually a really good counter to Leviathan's
Bottom
lineup
lane.
in general. We'll hold that thought.
It's Jenkins in trouble.
Your
cast is-
Slowest ever.
Wake up,
Jack,
Away
cast
at
this one in
Jenkins.
Chinese.
有鸟有兽王两个人一直追潮汐，能不能逃走？现在还是比较肉，哇，有牛头跑过来，把他封住。现在看是走不了，现在马上放大，可是
Damage
有对接嘛？后面没有
哦
队友过来，
你好
A 大没有砸到，那么又是看到潮汐，这是阵亡。
Alright, you're good.
All right, complexity.
All right,
was
you were
awesome.
saying, yeah. What I want to say about Panda, he can actually dispel the Ghost Shroud, control pretty much a CK or Tidehunter before he casts the ulti with the Cyclone.
Uh-oh,
So-
Moo's blocked in by his own
What a
fish.
play from Z and BSJ is just these boars are just this.
He's in trouble.
These is complexity zoo strats, man. These boars just bogging
Dakota,
people
can you click on the birds? How much damage do they have left on him? Sorry.
One bird's
Not
got
much.
42 and the other has 26.
Okay. So he should be able to armlet toggle through this. They don't do much.
Yeah, and what a clutch fissure there from Z-Freak as well. Just
Yeah.
Where's that boar?
a lot of times you
see it.
see heroes or players kind of decide, all right, I'm out of this fight. We're just gonna start going back. And then some players kind of hover around the edge a little
die.
bit and see how else they can contribute. And there's Z-Freak just waiting, coming back with such low HP and mana to be able to deliver a key fissure there. We'll see if Moo manages to get away from this because he is blocked in by it. And he's got nowhere to run but towards Sammy Boy, but Sammy Boy doesn't have his ult.
Yeah, I think the Fisher's about to go down right now, and he'll just run up. He's so tanky with that medallion.
And it looks like we are going to be back underway. No surprise to see BSJ is going to be totally fine, toggling if necessary, plus the heals coming out.
Radiant's top tower.
Chessie gets free tower top during all this, so they're only up 1 kill in Leviathan. BSJ has almost all their kills, and while that's a good thing, Chessie can just, I mean, this is the same thing when VGJ picked this CK. They can just get split pushed by the Panda, Beastmaster, and Clinks. They have nothing to stop split push right now except an AA ult. Back to you, Jack.
Looking at net worths here, the CK and Necro are tops in this game right now for Leviathan. But the 3 cores of Complexity and Lacoste is really immune, so we're going to run over and see what he's snortling about.
I like how no one goes easy on you, Jack. Even play-by-play.
Oh, that's fine.
Got to step up.
That's fine. Moo's going to run into some enemies here at the enemy shrine. He doesn't have his roar up yet. And speaking of ults, Necro is going to dump that on him, and down goes Moo. Kind of caught wandering on the wrong side of the tracks over there.
Splish, splash, take
Yeah,
the bath.
we're still about to see some good ravages. There was one good on the mid lane. Earthshaker getting close to the Blink Dagger. That will be another big item coming out from Complexity.
Yeah, Z-Freak sure has caught up in the last few minutes, and a lot of the Jenkins ravages have been a little underwhelming. It's felt like it's mostly been to save his own life at times.
Yeah, that last middle one was decent, though, when they won the fight versus Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, the disparities, again, the vision that is provided by Complexity. Again, they have summons, they have the Hawk, and then just look at the ward placements out right now for Complexity. It's strewn all over the Radiant side of the map. One of them just expired mid, but that's going to give them a pretty good sense of where to go next and where the rotations are coming from.
Yeah. There we go. Smoke gank coming from the Radiant side. They're to look for anyone who's down here. Looks like Clinks as well as the Earthshaker. They'd love to find Clinks, but he's already gone. So they're going to have to hope for Z-Free if he doesn't TP.
He does have a TP. It is off cooldown.
He needs to use it. He is going to die.
They see him. The sentry's there as they run in, and he runs out the other side. That's when he sees trouble.
Here, and that is an unfortunate death because it's going to set him back a little bit more from his blink.
He is really close. Yeah, BSJ's super far. He's going Shadow Blade, but, well, he has it queued up at least. Be interesting to see if he gets it.
But an early advantage in kills from Leviathan. The game is still very close as Complexity is nursing a very small, indistinguishable gold lead at this point, and it goes over to Leviathan. So these two are still very closely matched so far in this game. It's going to be a battle over this haste rune. Limp is going to skitter there just a little bit faster on the Brewmaster.
I wonder if they can do anything with it, though.
Well,
Curious what coL are holding out for.
CK can go for a Shadow Blade if he wants to. It will give him solo kill potential on Bone. CK maybe even Beastmaster.
They are smoked coming up from the shrine, going S4. They're going to look for BSJ, so this is a big core kill if they can pick it up. BSJ sensing danger, or perhaps an ally tells him, and they're going to converge on him just now. Out comes the Fissure. He's isolated. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get here in time. He's going to try to find his way out of this, actually. There's the Phantasm. He's going to be able to bring down Kyle. But that's just going to make his streak a little bit juicier as Complexity managed to take him down. Nice. In comes the Return and Revenge, however, as he lived just long enough to buy his teammates time. 3 Complexity heroes dropping. Brewmaster is going to ult, but Jenkins is a thick man to cut through right now as the Earth Panda now has to flee with the rest of his team. Well, not the rest of his team, just Chessie, the only one remaining, as they're going to try to get this Earth Panda, but he's a little bit too fast. They don't have anything to hunt him down with, so...
Oof. That was all, what, started by...
A bit too aggressive farming from BSJ. That's a big streak to feed. 600 gold to Moo.
It was cute he got the return kill before he went down, but yeah, just a little far from a good access point for his team to be able to back him up on the fly.
Yeah, he kind of maximized his death, though. I mean, they managed to get 3 return kills. He managed to kill Kyle himself, but it's really just a matter, I think, if he turns back like a second or two sooner, that's how low the margins we're talking about here. He's that much closer to the tower. Maybe they managed to save him with the mech and the Necrophos, and it's just a complete disaster for Complexity.
One more thing, the little details. Tide Hunter, once he uses Anchor Smash on a Brew, Pandas, it's just, they don't deal any damage once he splits.
And AA got written off like a little detail there, just smacked a few times in the face by Limp, and they're going to transition right over to a Roshan. Look at all this attack speed. You've got the Beastmaster, the Clinks with the Strafe, the attack speed lineup here. Nusham is going to go for a big play.
Early.
Get the stun off, but it's too early. Roshan's still got 300 HP. Big stomp coming out. Limp picks up the Aegis. In comes the Necrophos. He doesn't have his ult just yet. He's got it in 3 seconds, and someone is going to pay the price. Will it be... No, he's not casting his ult just yet. Looks like he wants to save it here.
And, CK.
Onto Kyle they go, and Complexity, despite getting the Aegis, looks like they cannot hold the line here. Out comes the Reaper Scythe. Well, they did manage to get the Aegis, but it was instantly popped as well on the Brewmaster, so... Yeah, Roche taken, but casualties as well for Complexity.
This is still a good fight for Leviathan. I just think CK needs to get a BKB, can get that Shadow Blade, try to pick off Earthshaker, still struggling to get that Blink Dagger. That's a huge deal for Complexity.
Oh yeah.
Remember when he had 1.7k gold, it was what? 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about 100 gold away, so once he figures that this top wave is safe, he'll be able to go and farm it for his precious Blink Dagger. An item check up on the other heroes. We've got Limp with the Ego Saber up, in addition to his Blink on the Brewmaster. And for the Radiant, Necrophos closing in on that Radiance, about 250 gold away. So that's going to make him that much harder to kill, especially with the Beast Fury trying to right-click him down while still being burned to death.
Scans are out. Looks like they may be thinking of a smoke play here on Leviathan's side. Don't fault them for it. They have Ravage up and everything.
I think the thing as the game goes on longer, though, and we see Complexity takes their first gold lead in a while, like, what happens when Jenkins has their ult and they just push his 5, like, kind of slowly, right? Won't the Clinks just have some items, push a different lane? Beastmaster can just split push once he gets Boots of Travel. It seems like they're going to have trouble dealing with split push.
Yeah. Panda can split, Birds... Clinks, also Necro. He does not have a Necro 1 yet. This is like more of I don't know how to call it, cookie cutter build on Beastmaster, a little bit of everything. That Helm of the Dominator is good for the first couple of minutes. I don't know, after that I'm just not feeling the item anymore.
Radiance is up on Necrophos, and speaking of itemization, BSJ also has a fresh Shadow Blade. You were talking about that split push before. With the Shadow Blade, of course,
Yeah,
he
he
can
can
be kind of
stop
an
it.
More
assassin
scarier, yeah.
and run around and kill a solo split pusher by himself.
But still, if you think Tidehunter's middle, you're going to assume CK is going to be with them.
And look at the arrows of the Dire closing in here on mid. Sammy Boy is squarely in their sights as the
BSJ
first
behind
target.
him.
Are they going to be able to get him in time? In comes Newsham. No, BSJ is going to disrupt this fight, blowing up Z-Freak from behind. That's going to end this aggression as those arrows that were once converging on mid are now all scattered to the winds. As I don't know what to call these radiant
Symbols?
yeah.
Yeah,
What are
like,
they? There's
like teardrops or something. I don't know.
Teardrops?
Pointers?
Okay.
What are we talking about?
On the mini map, he's talking about, you know, Dire's arrows. What would Radiant be?
they're like guitar
Jack's
picks.
lost
They're
it.
guitar picks. That's what it was.
Guitar picks.
Navigation sign.
And the arrows are going to head straight for the towers, trying to avoid a concentrated engagement here. They know about the fearsome AoE potential of Leviathan, so they're going to go try to take some towers. BSJ is behind Limp. He's going to instantly stun him. He does not have Phantom. Almost crits Limp down.
what a
He's gonna
damage.
just barely get off split, but it is still a focused retreat here, as looks like Kyle's going to take one for the team. A Reaper Sight to the face. They're going to be able to get this tower top
Look at
and maybe
top.
do some damage
Oh
to the
boy.
base if rather Leviathan isn't able to respond here. And the Brewmaster is keeping them busy. There's the Cyclone into the air on the Necrophos, and some guerrilla warfare being used. They're going to be able to get this tower down to half health before BSJ shows up to shoo them away.
Yeah, I just want to say, good call by the king there.
Thank you. What?
Very good.
If they manage to take down the tier 3
In a
tower,
bad way, he's going to bite it.
little by little, if they manage to take down the tier 3 tower, they can just easily take those shrines, then it's gonna look really good for complexity.
You're right. The beast, when the Beastmaster gets book 3,
Yeah.
with the Helm of the Dominator aura as well, is actually just... Yeah, the Beastmaster doesn't have to be there, and it does so much damage.
What's the most evil book you've ever read?
Like, actually?
Yeah.
What do you mean evil?
Like Goosebumps?
The Book of Medivh. Oh, that too.
Okay.
So, I was, you know... I actually hated Goosebumps back in my day. You know why?
Why?
Because, like, it tried to be super scary, but it wasn't, and it made these, like, situations that seem so normal. Not normal. Like, doo-doo-doo, and then, like, your grandpa's back alive. I don't know where I'm going with this. But I remember a story where grandpa was dead, and he came back alive, but he was never actually dead. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Makes you question life, really.
So
Yeah.
like, ooh, what scary thing happened here? But it was more like a magic trick, like nothing really scary.
Yeah, exactly.
what
The grandpa
Goosebumps
was
really
alive
is.
behind a mirror the whole time.
Same with like Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's like, oh, it's just scary. Actually,
That
moral
might
of the
have been what I was
story
thinking
is
of,
that was a
actually.
shadow the whole time, and
Grant,
you're a
they're
baby.
not trying to scare and traumatize children. I mean,
Why not?
they're not like clowns or anything like that. No.
So, oh, you guys seen the new It?
Yeah,
No.
I just wanted to ask
We've
what
got
it
some
now.
total action. Ravage is used bottom onto the Brewmaster, who does not have his ult, and
I saw
he
it.
will get.
You did. You saw the
He will take the Reaper Scythe here.
I didn't
Lots
see
of
that one, though.
flanking and just coming behind
BSJ
people
just
here.
ripping them apart.
Leviathan springs the trap mid on complexity as well. And look at what this game has become and how well it's being handled. They're fighting multiple fights from different angles here. Leviathan has handled the rotations
Can't hear shit.
very well on complexity.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling pretty good for Leviathan right now. Go in and they just kind of shred across the lane.
If
They
you're
shut down the
dying
split
on
push.
multiple lanes, you know something
Yeah.
something is wrong.
Well, for complexity, it's probably tough to take the straight-up team fights, right? They have all the big ults. Again, like if they want to be getting
Dire's middle
pickoffs,
tower
a
is
constant
under
tower
attack.
pressure. That's the basis from which they want to play. I was concerned pre-game about Leviathan's damage output, but that hasn't been an issue at all. Their cores have gotten pretty farmed, including BSJ, who's just pretty frightening right now, about to pick up his BKB.
Yep.
If Leviathan wants to close this game securely, they will just wait for the next Ravage, wait for the next Roche, give cheese to the Necrophos, pretty much unkillable there, and just try to end the game.
Yeah, Sammy Boy's got a Ghost Scepter up as well. There is a Diffusal on the Clinks, but
that's what you get for
really,
both,
yeah,
right?
when you get the Ghost Scepter too,
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to burst them down. They don't really have the magical damage it feels to take them down.
Oh.
Got him though. When I'm AA, that's what I do. It feels
That's
good.
worth it, yeah.
it's worth for sure. I got you half the life. Who are you? I'm a support.
Did Clinks have BKB last fight? Sorry. I don't even know if there's really been a fight. It's just been BSJ massacring him. Doesn't look like it.
10 seconds. I don't think so.
Yeah, BSJ's just been
Gonna catch Necrophos here with the smoke, and here comes the test if they can bring him down. And the answer is probably no, especially without Clinks and his diffusal even nearby. And as a result, they're gonna get wrapped on. Here's BSJ. They managed to spot him, so the Shadow Blade is dealt with here. Is he gonna survive? No, there's no Ravage right now, or Guardian Greaves up from the tide. So BSJ is gonna get brought down, ending his streak.
Whoa,
So they're going to go on to Jenkins now as well, and see if Leviathan just tries to cut bait here. He's going to drink the Shrine, but that's not going to buy him enough time as Brewmaster ult ends together with his life. Kenshiro kind of wandering into the wrong place as well. Leviathan lose 3 heroes here, but remains to be seen if Complexity can capitalize with objectives.
Damn, what a godly sentry we're having to put down at that moment for BSJ.
I like it because they kind of saw Necro was over there, so maybe they just assumed.
Limp is tearing into Nusham.
Yep.
They just assumed someone's going to rotate around from their shrine.
Shooting him with that spade to the face multiple times, and again, the curse. We're talking about how Leviathan could finish this game as they themselves were going to see their high ground perhaps threatened here after the disastrous fight.
Yeah, BSJ did not want to go for a BKB, had the heart queued up, but now after all those stun locks, he feels like he needs to go for it. Also, Necro having Ghost Scepter for extra ethereal form, so Bone can't attack him, nor Panda, nor Visage Birds.
Leviathan, Complexity rather, shifting top to the Wounded Tower, but they're going to be driven away here by the Necrophos. Radiance and Death Pulse particularly unkind to the Zoo here. And is BSJ going to be able to catch coL? No, and Complexity completes a successful retreat.
Roche will respawn in 2 minutes.
Ooh, look at that. What was once a 3K net worth advantage, we're back even once again, boys.
Score even in Complexity's favor.
Bottom tower now, Dakota.
Okay, well, I'll just shut the hell up. It's Complexity are now ahead.
Both lineups have done a good job of showcasing their strengths, it feels like, this game. You see Complexity do what they need to, and Leviathan's been a real back and forth. It's been a doozy.
It's been a real slobber knocker, right, Jack?
Doohickey.
I feel like Leviathan needs a Solar Crest.
It's not the
on their side.
mollywopping that we expected, Grant.
Either one on AA, but he's not gonna have it for quite long. Maybe a Tide Hunter could have bought it before, maybe even before the Blink Dagger. That's a lot of physical damage from Panda, Visage, and Bone.
BKB's up on CK, and you also have to
I
wonder...
really don't give a shit about what I'm saying, Jack, right?
Oh, if we've seen it this game, but the Brewmaster's ult and the Dispel being used against CK illusions as well.
I'm trying to tell a story here.
Yeah, the brew is actually a natural
keep
counter
cutting
to
it.
CK.
I'm sorry, Lacoste, please go on. Well, that's it for that story, isn't it?
Oh. Nushi spot, not Chessie up here. But yeah, what were you saying, Jack? You were saying something about how the Panda split's very good at being able to burst out these illusions. Doesn't it do like some ridiculous illusion damage? The Panda ult?
Yeah, the Dispel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now
Thanks.
Death's on Clinks, so
Thanks, King Grant.
he's just gonna look for the back line, just melt AA, even Nyx. Nyx can't do much if he pops BKB, he's just dead. And 20% evasion. Alright.
Yes.
Yes.
And Master Kenshiro.
Oh no,
Tough
Kenshiro.
spot all game. He's
Worth
going to fight again. And what are the guitar picks going to do? They're running straight towards arrows. 2 big cores on the left side of this fight are going to start this fight, but Chessie, rather Zeke, manages to dodge Death with his Glimmer Cape. And the fight breaking out mid. Nusham is going to get isolated and cut down here. Leviathan not taking this fight in a good position. Their 2 cores engaged from the west, but they weren't able to catch any victims before Complexity overwhelmed the rest of them.
Huge wave approaching top. They need to send the birds to actually defend that. Nyx will be out in 30 seconds. I
Both
think they
teams
can
are-
hold. Wait for him to get out. Oh, Panda's already in.
Both teams are still in the area here.
On the
They
backs
want
of
to
BSJ
give up
melted.
Roche. Out comes BSJ's ult. He's not going to bring down Chessie before the BKB, though. Nusham is going to buy back. Now the Brewmasters have to be careful about just being cut down by physical damage. Down goes Limp. In comes a huge Echo Stun from Zefree. Is it going to be enough? BSJ is tanky. He's going to be able to toggle off those last few fire arrows from the
Has a
Clinks.
shrine ready on top. Oh, this is good
That
for
shrine. Double damage going to be
Leviathan.
picked up here from Chessie, though. So if they want to continue this fight, could be a tough spot. There is no more Phantasm to rely on for this Chaos Knight. What a close fight there.
Ooh, losing the
Chessie.
DD to going for the Roche.
Gets bashed.
There's a
Too much damage coming
lads
out
out on the
when
visage as well.
Beastmaster joined. Yeah.
Just adding to the armor with that attack speed. The Tide's going to
big-
come in
catch
to
up.
investigate.
Big AA ulti coming.
He does not have his ult, so Tide is just going to die here. They're doing everything they can, throwing bodies to try and slow down this Roshan, if not prevent it. Nusham and CK are overlooking this hill, but there is a shrine. No, the shrine just isn't up yet for the Dire. Another 2.5 minutes. So are they going to go back in with
They
low
won't.
health?
They have
BSJ
book
is still
three.
in this, but there is a sentry ward, so you
Yeah,
have to
book
be
three,
careful.
yeah.
Z-Freak positioning himself a little bit further back to be able to disrupt with the fissure if need be. And there is no such need as the Aegis will get picked up by Chessie.
Freak grabs the cheese for himself, and do we think coL's going to just backpedal a bit and use the Aegis timing to farm up a bit more, or is it all go, go, go at this point?
I think they just push out top and then go. One of the biggest things during that fight, if Beastmaster was back there, Chessie just popped BKB immediately and like melted half of BSJ's life when BSJ was BKB'd. If Beastmaster just roared him, they would have killed that guy so quickly. I think they're going to know that for next team fight, how much Chessie actually does.
We've seen Chaos Knights building Hands of Midas after they get one big item like an armlet to actually have items for the late game. Let's see what he's sitting at. 15,000. He's still on the top of the net worth. Top 3 though, it's pretty close, but still feels like, I don't know, how do you feel? Feels like he's lacks one more items or needs to be careful about the positioning, popping BKB a bit earlier before the Earthshaker casts his ulti.
I mean, I could see him get like. I mean, a heart is always a classic, but what about just a halberd or something like Chaos Knight? Is that not fit the bill for him when it's good against the Clinks on the other side and could add some strength?
I think it'd be good.
Yeah, his HP is a little underwhelming, right? He's even with the plus 12 stats talent, he's still under 3,000. Feels like he's missing that hard manta or even assault to up his survivability.
Yeah, and this 120 gold per minute on CK level 20 is so shitty actually. Like you need 10 minutes to get 1.2k gold. That's past 30 minutes, like what do you buy? It's pretty much nothing, but right away you get 12 stats. That's ulti orb, which is worth 2.2k,
Yeah.
even more.
Here we go. Smoke Gank has a Shadow Blade in front too. See if they can find your Panda 20 strength.
Chelsea
That's
has
400
to be
HP.
careful. Do they have any kind of detection
No
for him?
detection.
Oh, they do
No,
now.
they do a dust, but it was on Noosh. She was a little further ahead, so the positioning was not quite there, and so Leviathans, they dip.
I would have loved if Chessie like blinked there to get away, but he just like two-shotted the AA and then kept running. Probably could have.
Oh man, Noosham.
Terrible.
Ah. Nice. Able to make it out.
And the split
Whoops.
pressure continues here for Complexity, just getting all of those lanes pushed out. Moo with the Bestiary bottom. He's got the Shadow Blade up as well, so a lot of assassin core play coming out from both sides, just skulking around in the shadows waiting to jump
Like
out.
BSJ right now.
Topless support. Speaking of assassins, BSJ is going to pop his ult. Moo just disintegrates even before the AA
He
ult
did not
arrived.
need to commit ulti there.
And
There's a big
Here comes the ult
ravage.
from Jenkins, so
They have Gem on
they
Tide.
do have a beat on Z-Freak. They're going to be able to bring him down pretty quickly as well. So that's going to buy some time and space as they shove back the complexity aggression. But if you look at the cooldowns, so Tide's got Ravage down for more than 2 minutes and a minute and a half left on Phantasm. Does Complexity take this opportunity to just gather and push?
They need 50 seconds for Beast to get out. They have AA, ulti, Necro in the front line. They can actually defend it.
Hey, he's dead. Evaporated. Chessie takes him out, uses the BKB, trying to make it away.
Will blink out.
And he'll be fine. Noosh wants to chase, but
Yeah,
They
chase
can-
too far. There's help on the way here for Complexity. Kyle actually has to be careful as the ult comes out here from Sammy Boy. Kyle is in a lot of trouble.
This is gonna be a big kill if they can get it. It's a gem on the Kyle.
He's got his back though, so I'm not going to be able to get too much done here. I almost question if the BKB is worth it because his BKB duration is his cooldown is twice as long as AA's respawn time.
Yeah.
350 gold, some juicy XP. Why not?
Yeah, like that. Like
still have
he gets
Aegis.
golden experience, but that was a 9-second BKB used to kill an AA who's going to be back anyway. So
Well, you gotta drop that BKB to 5 seconds so you can use it more often, huh?
Exactly. That's my thoughts. So it feels like coL's definitely in position of this game. I mean, like Jack said, around their cooldowns on the Radiant, CK, Tide Hunter, kind of. Even the Necro ulti until he gets Ags or
Yeah, still about a minute till Ravage here, and
Yeah, they can just
CK is
push
going to
in.
have ult in 30 seconds, so Complexity are gathering here. They might just be able to split push from this nice position directly outside of the base, especially once their creeps begin to taste high ground. And, they're going to come in through bottom. Chessie is going to BKB onto the front lines. There's the Brewmaster ulting, so that's going to force, and with the Brewmaster, with the Beastmaster attack speed, this Rax, we can expect it to melt soon unless Leviathan can put up some real resistance. Big ult coming out from Z-Freak. Leviathan driven back. Chessie is now beyond godlike. That Rax does fall, so even if Leviathan are able to take this fight, they've lost a lane. They're going to try to do what damage they can here, but BSJ's Phantasm Illusions are down, and now he's about to be as well. Great fight taken here by Complexity. The buyback from BSJ, but he doesn't have an ult. Necrophos gets instantly almost melted, is able to just barely get away, but the objectives have been taken. And angry BSJ trying to get some revenge here, but he's got to be careful. They're going to turn right back onto him. Remember, he just bought back here, and he's going to just barely get away from this, as Moo will take a Beastmaster. Rather, Sammy Boy getting things done here. Brings down the Aegis. Gem is still on the deck, but it looks like Sammy Boy is out of gas. And Complexity are going to get that lane and almost a dieback on BSJ.
Woof. What was doing so much work to the illusions? Was that the Panda effect?
I believe that was Panda.
Yeah. Panda.
It's crazy. He like brought them all out, had an army ready to work with, and suddenly they just evaporated.
Hit him with the little blooper.
Hadouken! Boom.
That's how the win Banison.
Hadouken! Hadouken from the Panda.
If you want to play Panda, I mean, if you want to play Necro and a CK combo, you should probably ban out Panda. That's what we learned today.
Yep. Seems like coL, you know, a little bit ahead of the M game. I don't want to say meta or Lacoste might get mad.
Yeah, I'm not getting mad. This game is so fucking chill.
coL has been really a valued new asset to the team of Complexity, though.
I'm glad they got rid of Swindle. Fuck out here. That guy's been holding them down for so damn long. But now that coL's here, this man can't lose. He's actually could be 3-0 after this.
3-0.
Jack, what do you think the Chinese are going to think of this new player?
I think they'll just be bamboozled by his name change. And then they'll catch on at some point. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Are they confused by any name change? You know what? Now that I've been thinking about Lacoste, you should be more mad at the Chinese. They change more names than the Americans
Not
do.
really.
Synonymous?
Oh, they
whatever?
do. They really do.
No, that was his old name. It's really only...
No, the tier 2 teams and all that, I've been following like
U9? Who's that guy
guy-
now?
that
What's his
guy-
name again?
Let's see.
It's Moogie.
Moogie,
but,
Somnus.
but they still call him U9.
Even like 2 of the eHome Keen players, they got like 2 new players and turned out they just changed their names. Jack, don't try to get out of this. I see you smiling.
ZYF.
You're missing.
No, I
Yeah,
see you
ZYF
smiling.
is the biggest culprit here. You went from Yang and ZYF.
Yeah,
Good.
that guy.
YJ, the Chinese call him Yao Jing.
It's his name, not
Now
underwear.
he's Gaze of Death. I mean, that guy just
Gaze of
changes
Death.
names faster than he changes teams. So.
Jesus. Roast him, Jack.
Yeah, let's get it together.
Jesus Christ, I'm making s'mores over here with
Who do
this
you
fire.
think has
Chinese
had,
Dota Association do something about it, Jack? Like
The Dota Association?
Yeah.
Ace.
Do you think, who has the best name that's kept their name since as long as you can remember? I can start with, it was one slight name change, but I won't count it.
Fear
I'm gonna go
Darkness.
Fear.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Fear is
there was
one of the best
there
names.
was
Fear dot.
I don't think they played this in the
WC3.
documentary, but there was a part of the Burning doc where when he was a
What,
kid,
Fear-
he went to like
Fear darkness, huh?
when
Then
Burning.
he had fear dot WC3.
Shut up,
Shut up, Jack.
All right.
We're talking about
He is technically
some
correct. That was his
world-class
Garena,
players
yeah.
like Fear.
That was his Garena name, yeah, I remember. Okay, go on.
Go
Go
on, Jack.
Come
Come on,
story
Jack.
about China.
Complexity Smoke.
Well,
Back to the
Burning
real
was
news.
really good in my day.
No, Burning told the story in the documentary of when he went to like his neighboring village with like his grandma, and he like was playing with like firecrackers or something, and he burned his neighbor's house down.
That's
And-
gonna happen.
And so like his parents.
So
had to
he's
go-
an arsonist?
No, so they asked him. The interviewer was like, "Is that why you're called Burning?" He's like, "No, not for that reason." But that would be the greatest origin story
Just
ever.
casually has a story about how he burned his neighbor's house down.
So he burned his house down, but that's not how he got his name back to the game now.
He's like, he got his name because he had sex with a girl and his piss started burning, and you know that was the end of that.
Back to the game.
like,
No, it was from a song. It was from a song that he got it.
All right.
I mean, if it was the burning house down thing, wouldn't that be the most glorious thing ever?
Yeah.
I mean, that would've been
Finger
pretty hard
crossed.
ass.
If you named yourself after the stupidest shit you've done in your life, Jack, what would it be?
That's not the stupidest. I mean, how glorious is that? You're 4 years old and you burned someone's house down.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
anyway,
marvelous.
we have Dota going on. Ravage has been used. Moo is a little bit isolated. Oh, huge Echo Slam. And 2 Complexity heroes are going to die up here to BSJ. But is that going to be
What
enough
he instantly
here?
kills those illusions with the dispel.
Yep.
Right back with the,
That's not legal.
From the Necrophos. It's
you
not
think
quite
it'd
like
happen?
burning your neighbor's house down. BSJ is going to get surrounded, though. He is going to go... BSJ is going to go down here, so that second life, he does not have buyback. Chessie is now just going to town. Sammy Boy is also going to die, so no buybacks on his course. GG instantly called here by Leviathan, who looked like they had a good chance in this game. What fell apart for them? Luck cost.
Panda Dispel, instantly killing those illusions.
I can't remember how much damage it is. The illusions take amplified, but I think the damage is like 2,000 or something.
Yeah, it's easy.
Oh, all right, then it's balanced. Sorry, if it's 2,000 damage.
It's seriously some ridiculous
No, I think the biggest
number.
thing is we're seeing these CKs, right? They're owning an early game. Even when Ritsu played it, they was owning early game. Now we see BSJ owning early game, but like, what does he provide after a certain part of the game? Obviously, the Panda's a big thing, but even if you sub the Panda out, like, it just feels they use these big cooldowns. You can disengage with like a Clinks, BKB, Blink. Just feels like that hero's a little underwhelming if you don't end the game early to me.
Yep.
I was actually... no! It's unfortunate because of the draft lineup. Not unfortunate for coL, but unfortunate for Leviathan, because BSJ had... I felt like he put a pretty good game together.
No, he did.
You know,
it's
he's
just his hero.
Yeah, it's just the hero just got wrecked by the brew pickup.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, you just look at the scoreboard. Chessie, 16, 1 and 10, and he was in a reasonably rough lane, right? His team was feeding, but he was up there. He's like, well, this BSJ's level 5, and I'm level 3. Uh-oh. Still an amazing game from him, though. Pardon me, hiccups.
Is that okay? Is it your red and pink and blue fire monster with FOM?
I actually want to drink this, though. It is good. That was the closest game I think we've actually seen. Oh, cheers to that, friend.
Cheers to Complexity on getting the win there.
It is good, right? I don't know what you put in there, but that thing is amazing.
coL, you know, I don't see him play Visage a whole lot. He plays it there. He gets the job done. 5 and 10, but I mean, he put in work.
Look at Chessie. He has been pressured on the lane, killed one time, then he did not die for the rest of the game. That was what, 30 and few minutes without dying. That's pretty amazing, considering what they have, the amount of stun.
No, and I think, I don't know, you combine CK
You're saying Chessie is shit?
Well, I love Chessie. Chessie's a nice guy I've met so far. I was saying CK and Tide, you combine them together and you just have these 2 super long cooldowns where if you use them at the same time and then you win a fight like in your base, you can't push out. Like you have nothing. What if they just buy back and chase you down? You just have nothing. It feels like long cooldowns are not the way to go currently in this tournament. It seems like being able to fight nonstop right Clinks, all he needs to do is eat his creep and he's up full time, you know.
We're seeing super heavy teamfight lineups struggle a little bit. Usually the teams that they're playing against know better than to obviously group up and eat all the AoE, and then there's like a period when they're really strong and they look unstoppable, but once that time is weathered, other team ends to take an edge. And you look at the synergy of this draft from Complexity, like the attack speed synergy with the Clinks. If Clinks really needs a creep to consume, he can actually just eat one of Beastmasters right there. They have obviously the Brewmaster dealing with the CK illusions. The attack speed is great for everyone, for the birds as well.
Yeah, he can actually dominate one of the creeps and it gets extra HP and then he eats that creep.
He did that once in the late game,
So there's synergy across the board for Complexity. And that's what we're seeing from their drafts. And
I understand that you didn't see it, but
Jack, focus. The numbers are on the board.
Yeah,
look at that damage done. We see those team fights, but it's so
the main
spread
stat
out,
there, only a difference of 7 last hits between... No, not at all. The synergy here from Complexity was just wonderful. And yeah, I think
pretty even game this looks like.
So what do you want to see Leviathan do better next game? Do you just want to see him maybe go for a more heavy fighting like they did last game with the... Not last game, but yesterday with the Bloodseeker, you know, just keep running at people, or... Yeah, I think that's a pretty good option they can do right there. You know, just go with lower cooldown, just chase people down. Maybe a Clinks for themselves, Bloodseeker. Thanks, Grant. You're welcome. Here's the comparisons. Hello?
We need to see the numbers, Grant. Give us some time.
No, you're doing well. Not too many people can answer and pose their own questions, so that was good, Grant. You hold a conversation with yourself better than any of us.
Thank you. I just figured you guys died or something. I don't know, but yeah, we
Smile.
saw that. Oh, it's too late now. BSJ, man, that's a regal pose. Like, he has the I'm kind of smiling, but not quite smiling.
Yeah, he has a good jaw.
Aesthetic.
That's $1.
Good jaw,
like you put that on money right there.
Look at Chessie just shining, though. But 16, 1 and 10, like, only dying once is a clean. Like, that hero is very, very easy to kill in the early game, even if he goes in Viz, right? And the fact he only died once in that lane versus AACK is still just kind of mind-blowing to me. He just fed away his supports, I guess, which...
The other thing with Leviathan, we saw this lineup, I think, run by Infamous in the first day, where they went for like a last pick CK, was it, against Anti-Mage instead of Terrorblade? And one of the issues with that was, yeah, you do very well in team fights, but how can you force team fights? So either you're taking advantage of the other team's mistakes, or you need something that hits objectives and makes them clump up and fight you. In this case, CK didn't really... No one like on the Radiant team really filled that role. So they couldn't really force them into the kinds of fights that they needed to be able to prevail. Like, those ended up happening anyway, just happening organically anyway, but it's kind of hard to force that to take place.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that was game 1. We're going to be coming back very quickly for a game number 2. Complexity, undefeated streak still on the line. The only team besides the team we haven't seen yet, so see if they can keep that doing. So stick around. In a couple of minutes, we'll be right back.